Can't tell a rake from a ridge? Hi, this is Nathan Harrison for FineRemodel.com. Let's nail down some basic terminology on roofs. When you take a flat surface and tilt it up at an angle, the rainwater sheds off of it. So this flat part of the roof is the shed. At the top we have the ridge. This area created by the ends of a shed roof is called the gable. The sloped overhangs of the gable are known as the rake. If a house does not have a gable, then it sheds water in all directions and must have hips, which are the places where the different sheds meet each other at a downward sloping angle. It may have a short ridge at the top or simply a peak. The edges of the roof, shown in red, are known as the eave. That's where we put the gutter. At the eave, we may find a fascia with a board on it, as here, or rafter tails exposed, as we see here. Beneath the shingles on a typical roof is an underlayment that is known as felt, but I'm pretty sure it's just tar paper. By the way, there's actually some significant disagreement about whether this stuff actually helps. If the roof is not steep enough, then rather than just having the felt overlap to allow water to shed, you actually would need to go with a membrane underlayment, and the membrane works on the concept of actually sealing, waterproofing the roof, because wind would be able to blow water back up the roof, creating a situation of essentially standing water on a shallow, not so steep roof. And so that's where the membrane comes in. Now, the terminology that I just used to refer to the steepness of the roof was 3 and 12, and that is the limit for underlayment, where you have to go to membrane if it gets lower than that. For example, 2 and 12 or 1 and 12 would be less steep than a 3 and 12. Here's what that means. In 12 inches of horizontal travel, if the roof rises 3 inches up, that's a 3 and 12. This roof is probably more like a 6 and 12, maybe steeper than that. Maybe it's an 8 and 12. If you get to a 12 and 12, that's a roof that is at a 45-degree angle. It rises just as much as it runs. A very steep A-frame type cabin might have a roof pitch of 24 and 12 or 36 and 12, where it gets so steep that there's no way you could stay on it. It's more like a wall than it is like a slope. Beneath the underlayment of a roof is the decking. Roofs made before the 1960s would have decking of boards that are 3/4 of an inch thick, running this way. Roofs coming after that would have 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of 1/2 inch plywood, or more recently OSB, like that, joining the rafters together and providing a solid surface to put the roofing onto. Other things typically seen on a roof are a skylight, the very important air vent for your plumbing system, which would be sealed tight with a neoprene collar here. Various types of attic vents to keep the attic cool and dry. The most popular method of venting the attic right now is a ridge vent like this, which allows air to escape all along the ridge of a roof. Last but not least, we have the chimney. The main body of a chimney is known as the stack. It has an interior tube made of a heat-resistant clay material known as the liner for the flue being the air passage inside of the liner. Then at the top of the chimney we have a cap that's designed to shed the rainwater off and obviously to block up the rest of the cavity around the liner. On top of the opening in the liner is the weather cap. Typically there'll be a screen around the exit for the gases that serves as a spark arrestor, and if there was a flap inside the top of the liner, that would be a damper. The damper can be located here or down where the fireplace is. or better yet, both.